Someone just told you that you did amazing. And instead of smiling and saying thank you, something weird happens. You suddenly don't know what to do with your hands. And before you can stop yourself, you're already saying, "Oh, it was nothing," or "I just got lucky," or changing the subject completely. You've been told you can't take a compliment, that you should just say thank you and move on. That normal people don't panic when someone says something nice. But here's what nobody understands. The problem isn't the compliment. The problem is what your brain does the second those words hit your ears. Let me walk you through what just happened. Someone said, "You're so talented." And immediately, your internal fact checker goes into overdrive. Talented. Based on what evidence? You start scanning your memory for proof. Did they actually see the work? Or are they just being polite? Because if they really looked, they'd see the mistakes. They'd see where you struggled. They'd know this wasn't talent. It was 17 failed attempts you hid from everyone. Your brain isn't being modest. It's running an authenticity check in real time. And when the compliment doesn't match your internal data, your system rejects it like a bad password. Psychologists call this self-verification theory. You have a database of who you believe you are, and when incoming information contradicts that database, it doesn't feel like a gift. It feels like an error, but it gets worse. Because now you're not just analyzing the compliment, you're analyzing them. Why did they say that? What do they want? Because in your experience, praise is never free. Maybe they're softening you up before asking for a favor. Maybe they're trying to get you to like them. Your brain has learned that compliments come with invisible contracts. They praised you, so now you owe them something. The debt clock started ticking the second they opened their mouth. And here's the part that makes you want to disappear. The spotlight. 1 second ago, you were invisible, safe, and then they said your name. Suddenly, every eye in the room could turn your direction. You've been exposed. The compliment didn't uplift you. It dragged you out of the shadows and pinned you under a light you never asked for. For someone who lives most comfortably in the background, this feels like a violation. So why are you built this way? If compliments are supposed to make humans feel good, why does your wiring treat them like a threat? Because not everyone in the tribe was supposed to accept praise at face value. Most people heard, "You're great," and felt motivated. Their confidence went up, and that was useful. But if everyone believed every compliment, the tribe would overestimate their abilities. They'd walk into danger thinking they were invincible. The tribe needed skeptics, people who didn't get high on their own supply, people who questioned praise and stayed grounded in reality. That's you. Your discomfort kept everyone honest, and that role kept people alive. But we live in a world built on performance and validation now, where compliments are currency and rejecting them makes you look stupid. So you've spent years thinking something is wrong with you. But that's not true. You're just wired to detect inauthenticity in a world that runs on it. Here's what I need you to understand. You don't have to fix this. What you need is a filter. Not all compliments are equal. When someone who doesn't know your work throws generic praise at you, your discomfort is valid. But when someone who's actually been paying attention points to something specific, something true, that's signal. And signal is worth letting in. Stop trying to accept everything. Start learning to tell the difference between people who see you and people who are just performing politeness. The vague, unearned compliment, your discomfort is accurate. But the compliment that lands on something real from someone who was actually watching, that one might be worth sitting with. Because your discomfort isn't proof that you're insecure. It's proof that you have standards. While other people collect compliments like currency, you're filtering for truth. And in a world drowning in fake positivity, your ability to tell the difference between real recognition and empty words isn't a weakness. It's clarity. You just refuse to be fooled. And if you've been running from compliments your whole life, there's a good chance you've been hiding your wins entirely.